because it's the way they title this obviously is that
God.
Taylor Swift pins. It's I mean there was no one thought that this wouldn't happen.
Right.
Although they both have over 500 million followers on social media each. This is so unfair in so many different ways that they're posing it this way. Singer Taylor Swift was much more able to galvanize her fan base into action at the box office this weekend than Dwayne Johnson. The one weekend only event, Taylor Swift, the official release party of a Showgirl, pulled in 30 to 32 million at the box office. The title also landing a rare A+ cinema score from attendees, which suggests expectations were met and then some. Quite a feat for a title only announced 2 weeks ago with little marketing. The event stomped over everything else, including the Johnson-led biopic, The Smashing Machine, which looks to debut in third place with just 6.2 million. That's the lowest opening ever of Johnson's career as a leading man, even worse than 2010's Faster at 8.5, despite a long publicity campaign for the film. Don't expect the title to hold on much in the coming weeks, as critics' reviews were decidedly mixed. Just a 65 out of 100 on Metacritic and a B cinema score suggests it's going to have to find much of its audience on streaming and home video formats. One battle after another held quite well in its second weekend, the title dropping to 12.3 million, which is a drop of around 43%, and that's better than the Gabby Dollhouse film, which fell 66% in its second weekend to 4.7 million and fourth place. Avatar: Way of Water re-release is headed for 2.5 million weekend, considering overall a soft number for the IMAX title. The buzz about dog POV horror film Good Boy debuted to 2.3 million, while the limited release of Bone Lake and one did both are 900. Okay, whatever, fine. So
how dare you disrespect Daniel Day-Lewis like that?
I'm gonna phenomenon. So anyway, yeah, as I was mentioning up top, I mean, did anyone even think there was going to be a battle? I see what they did with like The Rock having the following that he has. Taylor Swift is a phenomenon.
Yeah,
I mean, she brings in, when she does tours, it brings in a good chunk of the revenue for that state. That month or whatever. You know what I mean? So of course she and the way that they did this, debuting the album on screen, you get to watch it. Her fans are eating it up. Now I've heard mixed things about the album, right?
Yes.
So fall for me, it always feels like a reset. It doesn't matter if it's back to school, the busier routine, shorter days, finding time to cook, it's rough. That's why I love Factor. It makes it so much easier. They're chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals that make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. More variety, more meals. You can choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp, and there's no extra cost. From more choices to better nutrition, that is why 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Feel the difference no matter your routine. For me, it's been so beneficial when I need something, whether it's after the gym or in a pinch when I'm in the middle of, oh my God, I'm working, I got to eat something. I was like, but I got to get everything that I need for my body. And it is Factor. So eat smart at factormeals.com/Christian50off. Use that code Christian50off and you get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code Christian50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box. Plus, free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. The offer is only valid for new Factor customers with the code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Get it. You will not regret it.
This is the thing that's funny to me is that like a lot of the legacy media.
Oh, where'd you go? Sorry, John. I don't know why that happened.
Oh,
sorry, please.
A lot of the legacy media sites and publications are giving it a good review, but of course, I have a lot of questions because a lot of those critics are the newer ones that have replaced the critics that were there before, who are a bit more, shall we say, discerning in their criticism. But I've seen a lot of the fans going after the album on TikTok and social media and what have you. And this morning it was pretty pathetic. She released a dance video to one of her own songs to try to turn it into a TikTok dance. Like, you don't make yourself go viral. You go viral.
If you're Taylor Swift, you can go viral. You can make yourself go viral. I don't know about that.
But I think there's an audacity to that. It's like, you don't need to do that. You're Taylor Swift, for God's sakes, but whatever. But I'm not surprised. And I think her people pick this weekend out on purpose. These are not. Taylor has a great team. They are very, very smart on how to market her, and of course, she's involved in that as well. And not trying to take away her agency, but when like the situation, she's very smart. They picked the weekend. They knew that if not a lot of films were coming out that were going to take attention away from her, and the Smashing Machine, they saw the internal tracking. They knew what they had. They had access to this kind of stuff. They knew it wasn't going to be a big launch. So it's a smart move. And so she wins the weekend or whatever. But like, this isn't like beating The Rock in a Fast and Furious movie or, you know, even Black Adam. You know, she would have gotten crushed if she had faced Rock with a mainstream popular film. So
Crushed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think The Rock would have crushed her.
Today or 5 years ago?
No, I'm saying today. Even if he came out with what did Black Adam do opening weekend? Like $100 and something million? I mean, it was more than what Taylor Swift did. So
yeah, I don't know. It depends. It depends on what it was set for. Like, what did that last movie that she did do on that open weekend? I just don't underestimate her fan base coming to see it. The fact that
140 million worldwide is what Black Adam did.
Worldwide opening weekend?
Opening weekend, yes.
Okay.
And then of course, right into
what did Taylor Swift do this weekend, opening weekend? I mean the worldwide?
Let me see. Let's take a look. 33 million.
But that's worldwide.
Earned a better 13 million for global haul, 46 million. So yeah, Rock would have crushed.
But again, yeah, maybe. I mean, if you would have, I just think that the marketing, I don't know. But the point is
music videos, man. It wasn't like
right. It was just basically debut. It was a very creative way to debut your new album.
Agree, 100%. Yeah.
And a good way to put some more money in the bank. Again, like they need it, but still a good way to do it and good way to start the conversation. Now, pivoting just a little bit more and just focusing on the Smashing Machine. Did you see it finally?
I did. I saw it twice.
So you liked it?
I like the movie, but I went a second time because I really wanted to solidify my thoughts on the film. And he's incredible in the movie.
And so she, I think.
And yes, Emily is good. Although a completely underwritten part, she does a great job. I thought Ryan Bader did a great job as well as Mark Coleman.
Sure.
I thought their chemistry worked really well. But you know, it's The Rock's. It's a vehicle for The Rock, honestly, and he's great. The film itself, I don't think is as strong as his performance, which is unfortunate. But I did like the movie, and I liked him in it, and Emily as well, as you said. So yeah.
So what I would highly recommend yourself doing, as well as everybody here. So Matt, Sarah had on the producer of the Smashing Machine documentary.
I saw that documentary years ago. Yeah.
And he was also a consulting producer on this movie.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So he was Mark Kerr's roommate in college and tells the whole story of how he got that documentary made.
Right.
He was unaware, and I'm not letting anything out here because he talks about it on air, and so it's not like one of these things like, well, he told us off air. He was unaware that they were going to basically just make the documentary.
Yeah, it's essentially what they did. Yeah,
he was unaware. He says, "Look, I'm grateful." But I was unaware because what he says, and again, I don't want to let up too much. You should watch the interview.
Yeah,
he said he didn't even meet The Rock or Safdie until after they were done shooting.
Wow,
The Rock didn't even meet Mark Kerr until after they were done shooting.
What?
That's the craziest part of the whole story.
Wow, that is surprising.
That's nuts.
You would want to meet this guy.
Now they can't be separated.
Right, because they're at all the premiere, but they'll be separated real quick because it's not doing well, and it won't.
So I guess that's my follow up. It's not doing well. Only 6 million overall. He's getting rave reviews. And look, this is very similar to what we were talking about, like After the Hunt.
Yeah,
right? So After the Hunt is getting, from most of the stuff that you see. I mean, I did. Did you see that movie yet?
No, it's it's this weekend. This week, right? Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are saying the same thing. I happen to really enjoy both movies, to be honest. But I do think I understand all the criticisms more with the Smashing Machine, to be honest. As you and I were talking about last week, I think that the After the Hunt criticisms come because people aren't ready to have that conversation. That's where I think it comes personally. But that's another topic.
Right.
This movie, I do see. This is, if you look at it and go, this is essentially just a documentary made again. There's not, they follow a lot of the same beats in sports documentaries that they do, or biopics and other ones. I don't disagree. And if most people say, well, as you just said, it's a vehicle for The Rock. You
Yeah.
focus on the chemistry between Emily Blunt and The Rock. I agree. I think that's really where I was so locked in. So maybe that's why I was like, I like what I'm seeing here. That being said, it doesn't do that well. It does 6 million, regardless of being a smaller movie. Rock still getting nominated for this one. The same thing like with Julia. Are they both getting nominated?
I think his nomination is in danger now.
Okay.
Because I think the fact that the public's not resonating with this movie and the critics aren't resonating with this movie, I think that's going to affect his nomination. And I'll tell you why. Because he has a higher hill to climb, a bigger hill to climb. Like if this is Daniel Day-Lewis in Amenity, that's not going to make a lot of money. But people are already raving about his performance and his character. So because he's already beloved by fans and for acting and all of that, he's got a less of a hill to climb to get nominated because he's got a history with the Academy. But I do think for someone like Dwayne, he has got to overcome the stigma of all of this stuff. And I think being in a film that's not that strong is going to affect people wanting to vote for him, especially a film that's going to be here and gone in the theaters. It doesn't build that kind of momentum for him. And I think it's unfortunate. And I think a lot of things were working against this movie. I do think it's an unconventional biopic.
Yeah.
Safdie directs this thing a little bit like a 70s version of a 90s biopic. And he gives you too much distance and he doesn't fill in the blanks.
It seems like it's pulled footage from VHS tapes and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, but
and just kind of melded together.
Yes, and I can understand where that bothers me. I like that. It gave it more an authentic feel.
Yeah.
But like I said, I understand people going, it's just the documentary. I just reshot the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I understand going, it wasn't engaged as much. I get it. I liked seeing it a little different, even though there were some familiar beats. That's why I liked kind of shaking it up a little bit.
But I will say that I think in the end, I hope The Rock doesn't take, and Jeff said this on the hot mic, and I agree with him. I hope he doesn't take the wrong message from this. I hope The Rock doesn't go, well, I guess I shouldn't do this anymore. If you really are committed to trying to turn the page on yourself,
you stick with it.
You stick with it. You cannot quit. I mean, how many of us put out our first YouTube video and it was like 5 million views? No, it doesn't. You got to work at it if you're going to make a change.
So I think they both get nominated.
Okay.
I think I do. I'm not.
Now, is it because they deserve it, or is it because it's a lack of other options in the year? Because I haven't seen many.
I haven't seen anything enough yet. Look, we're not even there yet.
No,
we're not even there. Yeah. We're gonna get bombarded with stuff that we're gonna go, ooh, it's gonna be tough for both of them to be in the conversation because now you got this one and now you got that one.
Yeah,
I think, but the answer is yes. I think they both deserve it.
Okay.
I mean,
Julia and Dwayne.
They both deserve it. Yeah. So they both carry the movies. Right. They both carry both of the movies. Like you're watching, even if you're not as engaged with the story maybe as you want to be on both films.
Right.
You yourself included on the Smashing Machine, you can't help but go, the guy is you're just locked into what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's clearly his best performance. Same with her. I don't know if it's her best performance, but she's carrying the entire film. And she's got to take you. And someone's silly in the chat said it looked like something like Twitter wrote. I think that's the misconception, right? Because I think where that person is going.
Okay.
About the movie, about how it was written. I see the misconception of what you think it is going to be. I liked the movie because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and I like that it makes you kind of go, well, wait a minute, hold on, and there's back and forth. But that's the movie itself. If you're looking strictly on the performances on both, I think they both deserve to be nominated so far. Now, we could be in a position, in December where I'm going, if I got to knock two people out, I probably got to knock out Rock and Julia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a possibility too.
I actually I think Julia has a way better chance than The Rock because again, her history with the Academy, having won already, and people like Julia. People respect her acting.
Right. But don't you think it's a good story for the Academy though, too? The Rock?
Sure. I mean, just like Mickey Rourke coming back.
Stallone coming back for Creed.
Totally. But the market's got to bear itself out. Like you've got to look at the performances and you've got to objectively or subjectively, I guess, say, this is absolutely one of the top 5 best performances of the year.
Right.
And I see someone misunderstanding here saying Mirror Domain saying, was The Rock really better than Sean Penn? Sean Penn will be nominated for best
That has nothing
supporting
to do.
actor.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Nominated for best actors. Two different categories.
Okay, so the other question there would be, was The Rock better than Leonardo DiCaprio, right, in that movie? Who is the lead? My answer is probably not. However, The Rock is asked to do more.
Yes, 100%.
That's the difference. Is that Leo's Leo? He's great. Going to put in a performance. He's great. He's great in the movie, and he's great. He has, and not that Safdie's not a good director, but he's not PTA. No. PTA is the star of that film.
100%. Yes.
PTA also gives you Sean Penn and goes, "Hey, how about this?" And then you have Emily Blunt, but like you said, not the layered character that Sean Penn has.
No.
And or Benicio, or anybody.
Chase Infinity.
Chase Infinity, right, for the best supporting actress. But anyway, that's where I'm saying, like, where we get down the line. If you're asking, okay, we got Leo, The Rock right now, which are the two that I would have in there for sure. And then whether it's Daniel Day-Lewis, other people in there, maybe. And then you got to go, okay, now wait a minute. Right. Out of all those, who would you knock them out for? Right. And that could be a conversation that we have for sure. So it's not right now. It's not like, I'm not saying, wow, he should be nominated over Leo. He should be nominated. Of course not. No one's saying that. Right. There's five. This is another reason, by the way, I think all categories should have 10 nominees.
I know. I've been saying that for years. I agree with you 100%. Like, not that you have to do 10, but you can have the option to go to 10, because I think, and I wonder what you think about this. My logic is there's more content coming out. There are more studios, more avenues. Streaming service movies are now considered for Oscars and Netflix, Apple, whatever. Like, there's way more content. So the idea that there's still only 5, I think, is asinine.
It's a dated thing. Like, they don't want to change the rules because, well, it's the way it's always been. There's a lot of things that's always been. Change it.
Like sports, right? They go, well, we're going to expand the World Cup to 64 countries now. We're going to expand NCAA to this. We're going to have an 18 playoff, not a 3-team play. So to me, this is the logical thing. As you expand the brand, you must also expand the competition.
Look at the baseball playoffs, and look, you and I are on the same page. But I applaud you for even wearing that hat today. After that second game was if they don't win the next game, it's see you later.
Sometimes you're just not better than the team. But Toronto is just a guy.
They're just playing on a different level right now, or at least for these 2 games. Anyway, so let's do one last thing with this box office. Right. So I just want to go into. Whoop, that's not it. Hold on a second. There it is. There it is. All right, I want to just go to the final numbers here as we close this out. Taylor Swift at 33 million. One Battle After Another is actually the second movie.
I think 43% is an amazing drop, Kristian, for that film.
It's great. Yeah, more mainstream people are talking about it. 101 million so far that it's
first
made
ever of PTA's career. First film to ever go over 100 million.
Exactly. That to me, even though it cost as much as it did, and they will probably not make the money they need to break even, it's still a success in my opinion.
Maybe not at the box office, but in the long run, I think.
Yes, 100%. Gabby's Dollhouse, 32 million. I mean, how much did that movie cost to make?
I think 18.
Come on.
I think 18.
Right. So that's they did exactly what they needed to.
Yeah.
Conjuring's still sticking around, almost 458 million. That's a massive hit. Massive.
I agree. No one's talking about it yet. It's a massive
yeah. I told you last week. I forgot the freaking thing was even on. It was a movie.
Yes.
And I saw it in the theater. Anyway, alrighty. What do you think? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Was this a big deal that Taylor beat The Rock or no?